Hello, my dear friends. Welcome to another episode of Flip Up. This is my accent wall in my living room. During lockdown, I painted it in this chocolatey brown. I am going to change its style. Apart from being dirty, I made this folding table to be under my couch and I'm currently storing it behind it. So follow me to see what I do with this space of my apartment. I'll start by measuring the wall. You can see it needs to be repainted. I bought pre-cut MDF and I'll be gluing the battens to the wall with this construction adhesive. Well, my problem is that I started doing it at night, so this first plank was glued in the wrong place. I should have measured twice. A couple of days later, I bought this very inexpensive laser level and I started all over. I found the center of the batten. Oops. Well, this laser is fantastic. You don't have to nail the wood strips, especially if your wall, like mine, is concrete and not wood, but I happen to have some concrete nails and it worked fine. I measured the division and cut some cardboard templates to guide me. In order to help me visualize the layout, I gave all the measurements to an AI, and it gave me this idea. I'm going to be using 10 MDF strips, 10 centimeters wide and 170 high. And I modified the spacing because I need a little bit of a wider space on the left of the wall because of the light switch and electrical outlet. So I'll space them every 24 centimeters. After gluing the strips, it's important to clean the excess with a wet rag. It might be tedious, but it's important to do it. Here you see the wider space. You'll see later that it is invisible if no one tells you. This will be my last strip on the right because of the light switch and the curtains. And this is my top rail, also a 10 centimeter wide strip. I reused the first strip to complete the rail. I measured and cut. While the adhesive dried, I applied wood filler to the visible seams and to all the nail holes. After the wood filler, I caulked every single edge. I removed the excess with a wet finger and with a wet rag. That was a really tedious and long process, but it is important if you want to have a beautiful result. Another important point is taping. It is also tedious, but it is so important to protect your edges and your electrical switches and outlets. Of course, the prince of the house came for his dose of love. My Milo, this new wall is for you. This is not my apartment, it's yours. He is definitely the landlord here. I'm just a tenant. And of course, he needs to inspect everything I do. I'll clean the outlet covers. They're not that dirty, just some soap and water will do. Here you see me repainting the edge of the trim with white. It had a little brown that needed to disappear before my next color. Now I'm covering the floor with some plastic. In order to have a crisp line, I'm applying some poly to the edge of the tape. That way, when I apply my paint, none of it will go under the tape and ruin the line. Now I'll sand the wood filler. I attached my vacuum cleaner to my sander to avoid too much dust. And finally, it is time to paint. And the color I chose is sage green. I love it. I'm not a green person, but I've had a romance with sage green for quite some time now. My pieces in green do not sell, even if I adore them. Anyway, this is for me, and I'll have a green wall. For a while at least. I'll paint all the edges with a brush, and then I'll come and paint the rest with a foam roller. This is Sherwin-Williams water-based enamel. It has a built-in primer, so I'm not worried about it affecting the MDF. And it didn't. It looks fantastic. Now the second part of this project is my couch. I'm going to make it taller so my folding table can go under it. I'm going to use some oak I had in order to create the horseshoes that will go under the feet of the couch. I rounded the corners with my sander. I had already made 2 to test my idea, and of course I loved it. This is not a permanent solution because I am using what I had in stock. In the future, I'll build a new feet and repaint my couch. But for now, this is going to be a nice solution for me. I drilled and countersank the horseshoes. And then assembled them using wood glue and screws. And here they are after a first coat of poly. I love the color of oak, so I won't stain it. I'll give 2 coats of water-based polyurethane in satin finish. Now it is time to prepare the old feet. I'll remove the felt pads and I will clean them before attaching the horseshoes. If you're enjoying the process so far, feel free to like the video and subscribe so you can follow along with future projects. Your support really means a lot and helps me keep creating. If you'd like to go a step further, you can find a few ways to support the channel in the description below. And if you'd like to be a bit more connected to this little community, you're always welcome to become a member. I share exclusive updates and some extra content there, all made with a lot of care and attention. And now it is time to make my couch taller. I'll attach the horseshoes using wood glue and screws. Remember that this is a temporary solution. I'll make a video in a couple of months refreshing my couch and making it new again. Please tell me in the comments below what color you'd like to see my couch painted. And of course, felt pads to protect the floor. I didn't film the cleaning process, but believe me, it was a lot of cleaning. Do you remember my brown wall? I loved it, but it already needed a refresh. Here it is now. The sage green looks so beautiful and fancy. Here you can see a friend of mine pulling out the coffee table from under the couch. That is exactly what I needed. The board and Batten effect looks elegant, and the sage green gives it a fancy vibe. I love it! I hope you liked today's video. I'm looking forward to your comments. See you in the next one. Thanks for watching.